What's up everyone, welcome back to the Vegan Test Kitchen. Today we are diving into the 10th anniversary edition of the Veganomicon and doing a recipe that I've been looking forward to. It's Isa's Basic Scrambled Tofu. I love a good tofu scramble. So, as always, all the ingredients that you need are listed below. Let's get started. Alright y'all, as I said, this is a basic scrambled tofu. We're gonna make it a little less basic by using some of the variations in the cookbook though. I love spinach in my scrambled tofu. I also have some red pepper and onions that I need to get rid of, so we're gonna throw those in there too. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is mince 3 garlic cloves. And then we're gonna grab a large heavy bottom skillet, preheat it over a medium-high heat. Now the next thing you wanna do is grab your spice blend, which is salt, cumin, and thyme. And we are going to pinch this thyme, just to release some of the oils in there. All right, to that we're gonna add our turmeric and 3 tablespoons of water. And we're gonna give this a good mix. All right, set this aside. And if you have any other veggies that you need to chop that you're gonna put in there, go ahead and do that. I have some onion and some red bell pepper. Then grab your tofu, and we're gonna drain this. You don't need to worry about pressing it because most of the water is gonna cook out in the skillet. I'm just gonna give it a light press to get some of that excess water out. Now I'm using a metal spatula, so don't yell at me. I'm only using it because they say in the cookbook, it's best to use a metal spatula to get all the goodness off the bottom of the pan. I'm just doing what I'm told, all right? Once we're getting preheated, we're gonna throw in our oil, along with our onions, if you're using them. And we're gonna cook these just until they're a little bit translucent, and then we're gonna throw in our other veggie, if you're using it, which is our red bell pepper. Cook that for a few more minutes. All right, now we're gonna throw in our garlic, which if you're not using any other veggies is where you're gonna start. And we're just gonna saute that for about 1 minute. And then we're gonna grab our block of tofu, and you're just gonna rip these up into pieces as large as you want. Isa says she likes the bigger pieces, but you know, if you like smaller pieces, do that, do you. And we're gonna cook this for about 10 minutes. You wanna stir it often, scraping the bottom, making sure it doesn't burn, but you want it to brown a little bit and most of the water to evaporate. And if you're using spinach like I am, go ahead and grab a cup or, you know, really large handful and just rough chop it. Fun fact! Turmeric is also known as Indian saffron because people in the Middle Ages would use it as a less expensive alternative to saffron. Turmeric is also one of the most healthiest spices you can consume, as it not only prevents cancer growth, treats diabetes, reduces cholesterol, and is great for the skin. And speaking of skin, if you happen to get a few puncture wounds from, say, a king cobra, then grab the nearest turmeric because it's a natural anti-venom. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes and most of the water has cooked out. If it hasn't at this point for you, just crank the heat up a little bit more and continue to cook it. But if you're like us and you're good to go, we're gonna grab our spice mixture and we're gonna add it to our tofu. I have to say, I don't think I would have thought to put cumin in or at least this much cumin, in a tofu scramble. So I'm curious to see if it tastes like a Mexican scramble. All right, we're gonna make sure to give this a good mix. And then we're gonna add our nutritional yeast and any fresh pepper that you might want. We're gonna cook this for about 5 minutes. It's also a good time to go ahead and throw in your spinach if you're using that. It does have a bit of a Mexican smell to it. Let's try it. That is good. So I have a personal tofu scramble that I absolutely love, full of flavor. This is a good, it's a good competitor. I may or may not replace my usual with this one. Super flavorful, but not like so much that it'll overpower the rest of your breakfast or brunch. Surprisingly enough, the cumin doesn't really overtake it like I thought it was going to. It has a wonderful savory flavor to it. All right, Isa, I'm kind of a fan of your basic scrambled tofu. I have to say it. If you've never tried scrambled tofu before, or didn't know where to start, this is a great basic recipe. And then throw whatever veggies that you have in your fridge that you might want to get rid of. Those will go great in here too. I'm curious to know if you make your own tofu scramble, how yours differs from this. So I'd love to hear your recipes. All right, y'all. Hope you liked what you saw today. If you did, hit a thumbs up. I would love you for it. Make sure to subscribe and share and comment and all that good stuff. I'll see y'all next time. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna just. All right, we're gonna